Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into another daily read for Friday or thereabout. I do want to begin by apologizing in advance if the audio isn't stellar, isn't impeccable, because I traveled a bit to get to this specific park to do these readings, and of course I forgot to pack my microphone. So I really don't feel like traveling back and forth and then back again. So we're gonna roll with it. Let's do some shuffling and begin with the Energy Oracle deck. For Friday, thank you, Spirit. Coming out, victory, okay. Door to romance and door to personal healing and happiness. Absolutely beautiful. I feel like the victory card should be in the center with the two door cards on the outside, as it is a period where they're saying doors are opening for you left and right. There's a focus on a door to more romance, more love-filled, caring energy in your life. But there's also a door opening to happiness and healing on a more personal soul kind of core level. And I find that in the midst of all of which, there's victory throughout this period. I find, that you will be drawn to this reading. You will be feeling golden throughout this period, okay? There's a sense of you having this golden Midas touch throughout this period where they're saying you really can't do wrong, all right? If you're thinking about a change for the future that is inevitable or maybe more so wanted, and I find that if this has been a surprise discovery in regards to something changing for you, or you're thinking something's gonna change for you, you're correct because you're very intuitive. Say an ending of a situation, a tower moment, a switch up, a replacement of some sort. We're needing to trust in divine timing in regards to one, when that's gonna happen, two, when you're gonna gain more clarity in regards to that, and three, when you're going to, if this is applicable for it, stumble upon and acquire that new situation of importance, all right? They're wanting you to remember that walking this very purposeful, spiritually connected, intuitive path that you walk, you're needing to, remember that everything happens for a reason, okay? All right, I'm now being drawn to a hole, a deep hole here. I don't know what animals they are as I'm being drawn to look at a couple. They kind of look like squirrels, but they're not, and they just like pop out of these holes here in this one specific park and make weird noises. Anyways, but the hole, as I'm being drawn to it, they're saying somebody in your midst is digging a hole, okay? And I find that this is basically Spirit saying, and maybe other people are speaking upon and pointing this out to you, and other people, their actions are adding up in that sense, right? You know, they talk crap about people, and you might be one of these people, right? They do this and that to work against people or to change things more in their favor and against other people. Feels like it's probably a work situation. It could be, for some, I'm hearing a living situation. But yeah, somebody's digging a hole, and that's part of this day. But they're saying just be one with the victorious energy that you are holding and embodying, embracing, giving off, even utilizing to apply to this and that of importance. I really find that you are quite impressive in energy throughout this period for one, if not multiple reasons. And you can't help but feel on top of your game. There's also well-spoken moments for you throughout this day. Not guaranteeing that it will be the entire day. There may be certain slip-ups, but being on such a spiritually connected, maybe plugged in like myself kind of path, naturally there will be certain little messing with moments and could play into you being a bit tired. But yeah, for some reason they're saying at certain points the struggle is real. But remember, victory is throughout this day regardless. There's a regal vibe about how you're carrying yourself as well. They're wanting you to unlock your heart, as it feels like you have it on lockdown, right? Or just almost like an Eight of Swords energy where you're not wanting to see it damaged like it once was, or taken advantage like it once was in the past. Whether that was one major situation or time for you, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was multiple times. But they're saying you're being aligned with more trustworthy energy, while I find that otherwise, in more of a platonic sense, there's a highlighting of untrustworthy energy. It's this feeling of you being so intuitive, but then throughout this Friday, you can't help but feel almost a bit perplexed, almost like you pinpoint who you can trust and who you can't, and then it's like, am I right? Is this true? Does this speak up? Does my, so you're gonna make yourself nervous. Does my past speak upon this current day reality and the potential of the future? No, it absolutely does not. But I find that this is a time where they're saying, trust in what you've learned and trust in what you're feeling, because I wouldn't be surprised if Spirit is taking a step back at certain points to ask you what you're feeling accurately in an intuitive sense, because this is going to help you when it comes to one, if not multiple, shifts of importance in the future, okay? And that could be what we were speaking upon, leaving something behind and or acquiring something new. But man holding a heart, I feel like for a lot there's a masculine energy, and they could be feminine, you know, but they are in their masculine energy throughout this day, or at least in this moment. They're thinking about you in a very, luxurious light, in a very romantic light. There's somebody that has given you that look, if you know what I mean. And this has happened to me recently, where they want more of what you have to offer. Give it a go, right? Or further what has already come to be within that connection. They want you to keep the hope alive with this dove here in the center, because it feels like there are certain factors poking at that hope, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, focusing on the imperfections. Again, this untrustworthy energy, or that person digging a hole, could be the same person. You know, it could be noise factors, energy, uncertainty playing into it. It's one of those animals. And so I find that this is a period where Spirit's saying, keep the hope alive and you'll benefit greatly due to it, okay? I also find that this is a day where people are paying close attention to you, and you're wanting to better understand what their intentions are, or what drew them in to look at you in that moment. Strategy. So it's a day where you can't help but feel like there's a need for more strategy, planning, getting ready, getting ahead, being set up for more success, or just a shift of importance once again. So at least pull a couple tarot, because we're speaking upon all of these specific oracles. So yeah, the Nine of Wands, because there's something about you being this wounded warrior, and this could be talking about you being tired, a bit burnt out. Oversleeping will make you more tired, please remember this. But the walking away card, because it feels like this is talking about you needing to, at certain points throughout this period, step away from, flow away from who and what does not serve you. This could be a person or people, or a situation that has its benefits, or that you can trust, or is good for you at times, or typically. But then if there's gossip, if there's negativity, if there's maybe an insult or two that isn't actually funny, step away. You know what I mean? To the best of your ability if you can. But it feels like that's coming up, because at least at one, if not multiple points, you have the choice to walk away. And you absolutely should. Your intuition will tell you to. Being noticed, my friend, being paid close attention to. We haven't forgotten what you've done well with, what you succeeded at, what you were victorious with. It feels like people are noticing you as somebody who can create happiness and healing in the eyes, the awareness, the energy fields of others. But are you creating enough of which for yourself? At times, yes. At times, no. And so there's room for improvement, action needed in regards to that. You know yourself and your path best at this point. What works for you? What else do we have? The Seven of Cups and the Queen of Swords. I feel like this is a period for you where they're saying you have a lot of options in regards to what needs to be cut out in the near future, all right? And they're saying, again, trust yourself. I feel like this is that shift that you're being prepared to intuitively utilize to your advantage, to create even more of which. Does that make sense? But the Seven of Swords, because that is something you should be keeping to yourself, all right? Just because you maybe began to suspect that this was going to change, or that you needed to make the shift in the future and told somebody, or if not multiple people, doesn't mean they need the step-by-step update or updates. You know what I mean? They're saying sometimes keeping things to yourself isn't sneaky or super secretive per se, but it's strategic, going back to that strategy card, because people can get in the way. People can maybe confuse you or give you a sense of doubt, a feeling of doubt, and even the slightest bit of which could get in the way of a manifestation of importance. You know what I mean? Even the work of spirit. But we're moving on to the Five of Wands. They're saying, where are you noticing there is a lack of bad energy, confrontation, complication? And in what situation or two are you seeing more of this now, more than ever, right? I find that someone's overcomplicating something to the point where they expect you to. Absolutely not. That doesn't work to your advantage, to your benefit. But this day feels hardworking for the majority, and it feels beneficial. Again, going back to the main energies, they are saying the doors are opening for you, left and right, and it will be a time of great golden victory. All right. So as those messages came out purposely, I hope it was truly helpful. I am sending you, as always, love and light. See you next time.